the east, from the east, from the east. From the east, from the east, from the east.
Smart, powerful, fearless, boss, and she's a woman. Today I want to invite the homie Rachel Word out to the I Am Alpha podcast. What's up, sis?
What's up?
You ready?
Yes.
So true story, guys. We were actually, I brought Rachel in for a case study for our boot camp trainers at Mean Green.
Yeah.
And she came in, she's doing her thing, you know, she's telling everybody how to inspire their lives and how they can grow. And I was like, hey, we have an I Am Alpha podcast. Can I please get you on? And she said yes.
Yeah,
so
it's an honor. It's pretty cool.
Thank you. So I'm not sure if you've been able to watch any of the episodes with I Am Alpha, but we want to highlight you as a person, not as a trainer, but as everything that I just mentioned before. So Rachel and I are both in the fitness industry. So we will probably have to relate some things to fitness.
Naturally.
Right, but this is not about fitness. I know you do an incredible job as a woman with integrity, a woman that's consistent, a woman that inspires, and a woman that is a woman of her word. So, you know, that being said, she works for an amazing company, Camp Gladiator, which does an incredible job of empowering people to do the unthinkable when it comes to not just their physical realm, but just believing in themselves to do whatever they need to do. I admire that. But also there's some other things I want to highlight later on in the podcast. But also shout out to my boy Ray. What do you do? I said, what do you do? What do you do? To my guy Ray. You have a beautiful son. He is how old now?
4 months old.
4 months.
Yep.
So all that being said, I want to be able to kind of unwrap some things today, and the goal with the I Am Alpha is for men to understand how to talk with other men and communicate. Today we're going to learn how to talk and communicate with women, and then obviously we do the society aspect as well. So today it's not just me asking you, feel free,
For sure.
holler back at me.
For sure. Okay.
Now it's like, where do I start?
Yeah.
Well, 30, 60 seconds. Can you tell them where you're at in 2021? What are you doing for a career? I know I mentioned CG, but can you know, talk about CG a little bit, and also tell them how you are as a mother and how that's been starting off, and give your boy, your husband, some love and a shout out.
I can't do that in 30 seconds or 60 seconds because we're going into 2022, right?
true.
So this is recapping the past
true.
year. This past year has been crazy because coming in January, I was definitely whole pregnant. And so then we're just counting down when this kid is coming in July, right? And so I'm still leading camps, doing the thing. Thought I was going to be to the very end leading camps like I'm doing burpees and my water's going to break. Kid you not. That's what I thought was going to happen until my body was like, absolutely not.
I can go that way. How long did you last?
I lasted 37 weeks.
That's really good.
Okay.
What you mean?
My girl Kaylee was like, cut it off at 38.
That's really good.
And don't lead camps after that. Well, thank God, because he came at 38 weeks in 1 day. So it was a great call on her part. But so leading camps, took a full maternity leave, 3 months. And that was just like me learning this new role that is just brand new, ups, downs, and me falling in love with it. Love with
Beautiful.
it. And then all of a sudden, just my whys changed, my purpose changed. Certain things that were important ain't important no more. Some things that should be important are becoming more important. And so I've been back at work. It's like not the same, but I'm adjusting accordingly. Just, I did have to take a back seat on some of the leadership roles that I had, and just be a trainer right now, and just kind of seeing where this goes, because we just starting a family.
Yeah.
Lord willing, I want to have some more kids. You know what
sure.
I'm saying? So I'm just wherever God's leading me, Chris. Okay.
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
and
man.
That's it. That's what we're talking about today, because I feel that there's a lot of women that are in the same shoes that you're in, or they will be. And then there's a lot of guys like me that are married to women like you. So it's really important that we understand each other and communicate. Right. And I'm praying and hoping at the same time you give me a perspective that I've never known before. So I know how to go back and communicate differently.
Okay.
As a husband, or as a brother, or a leader in the gym, or a boot camp. I want to be able to connect with people, because if I don't know how people feel, I can't help them.
Right.
And I think that's the disconnection. Honestly, I told y'all I wasn't going to try to relate to fitness as much, but I have to.
Too hard.
I know you look at men in the fitness industry, like there are a lot of men trainers.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think there's a big disconnection, because I would never know how it feels to have a cycle. I'm sorry. I would never know.
Big facts.
And that's a way that women can connect. So
yes.
I want to learn, not how a cycle feels,
right,
but
sure.
I want to learn things on how I communicate and understand women.
For sure. Yeah.
So the first question I have for you, I was driving here and I was like, looking at you being an entrepreneur, looking at some of the projects that you're working on, all the relationships that you have.
Right.
We talked about Ray being your husband. We talked about King being your son. All of this just taking place within the last 12 months.
Yeah.
The question I have for you as I was driving, if I say it correctly, is do you have time or do you make time?
Oh, God. You make time.
Yeah,
listen, I can sit up here and be like, I don't have time to work out. I am too tired. I don't have time. You don't have time for stuff if with a kid that's 4 months old, first of all, right? But then there's another aspect, right, that I'm learning. Your husband needs time too, right?
Sure.
So there's needs on needs on needs, right? To where you're like, I'm being spread all different directions. Now, for me, I'm thankful to God that I didn't experience postpartum depression. It was like,
which is real, guys.
Kind of, trying to creep up on me. But my me time was, my bad. My me time.
They need to feel that. You hit that mic. Let them know.
My me time was working out. If I did not have that time, it's not going to be good in the house.
So that was your me time.
Right. And that was what helped me not get to a bad place or whatever, because again, everything is just brand new, right?
Is that something, not to cut you off, is that something that Ray knew? Did he know your workout is your...
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Now, whenever you first have a baby, you kind of got to chill out and take a back seat, which is good, right? Because you don't really want to move and stuff. But yes, that is a space that he just honors.
He knows.
He just knows. If Rachel don't work out, this is not good. Be happy.
And the reason why I asked you that, because I didn't know.
Oh.
So when Tina had the boys, I'm like, she at home. She don't got to go to work. She chilling. I'm like, what else do you want, woman? That was kind of my approach.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I didn't... The more you get to know Tina, the more you know that her me time is kind of going out and being that engineer that she is, going to work.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, why you want to go there?
Yeah.
And she wouldn't say because she loved me that much and she loved our family that much. But when I started noticing, right, I thought her workout time or her me time would have been working out.
Right.
I thought her me time would have been going to read a book or something. Right. But it wasn't that.
Right.
And I think it's really important that we acknowledge that everybody has different me times.
And as a man, you don't know all the things that the female is feeling, all the hormones that we don't know why we're feeling this way, but we just are, right? Figuring out how to help her where she's at. Like, it was hard for me to verbalize, I need help. Because guess what? If we wanted to be single parents, moms could hold it down.
Yeah, for sure.
100%, right? Should we though? Absolutely not, because we have spouses to help us in that role so we don't lose our minds, right? And so, I mean, even still, I'm sure I was trying to navigate how to ask for help, how not, because the kid is just constantly evolving and changing, so you just kind of have to adapt accordingly, right? And so, even being a stay-at-home mom, like, I couldn't do it. Yes, I want 1 million kids, but there's something in knowing that I have a lot to offer the world. I feel like, right? Yes, of course, love my kids, want to be with them, want to raise them, all that stuff. But I got these skills, man, and I got to be out there. So that helps, leading camp, training, that helps fulfill me too,
100%.
right? But yeah, if I'm at home, it's just gonna seem like, oh, we're
Yeah.
just doing nothing. No, the kids are crazy. They
Yeah.
they will run you
They
to
would
the
take it.
ground.
They would
So,
take it.
yes.
Well, let me ask you this: when you talk about your son, and I want to think about you getting back to working out when the doctor says it's time for you to work out, right? Going back to the word time.
Yeah.
Was it like you could jump back into it and you had the time, or did you have to physically, like literally write out, okay, this is my time to work out? Or did you just have to wing it because little man was asleep and you had to get it in then? Like, what was that like for you?
That one.
Okay.
I was fortunate because Ray we created our own paternity leave.
Okay.
Because it's not a thing.
Yeah.
Whatever, right?
I think
So-
men should have it, by the way.
100%, yes. So I was able, whenever I did start going, and I kind of knew, even though it was like, yeah, you're cleared, I kept kind of caution, like, just to kind of see where I was at. But he was able to like take him, it wasn't no particular time.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, because I knew if he had him for too long, well, then he would go crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm like, and he's eating every 2 hours. So
Yeah.
I'm like, he ate, he sleep, I got 2 hours.
You have to go get it.
I got to go get it because I got a time frame. And sometimes it was like, oh, he woke up,
Right.
cool, stops workout, feeds the kid, goes back to working out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just got to do what you got to do.
love it.
But I knew it was going to happen no matter what. I'm going to get back in shape no matter what. Whether the kid's going to be right here
Yeah.
or he's going to be over there, that
That's
is
dope.
just
That's dope.
making time.
Well,
It's important.
let's flip it then. Rachel, the entrepreneur. Do you schedule out everything, or do you just kind of go with the flow?
You know what? This is hard because I wish I could schedule out. I wish I could be that person that was like, But I don't know if you've ever heard of the Clifton Strengths Finder test. Have you ever taken it?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't. I need to.
I would
I'm
suggest.
curious.
Some people are like, whatever. My number one strength is adaptability. A number one strength,
See.
right? So I kind of just go with the flow. It gets done.
Right.
It's going to get
Right.
done. But in the order, it might look like chaos to someone. But in my mind,
Yeah.
whatever, as long as it gets done, it's all that matters.
100%.
So
And which she's found a lot of success.
yeah. I don't know if it's reinforcing a bad habit or if I really need to hire an assistant or something. But at some point, I don't know. I'm going to have to.
I think it's dope. And that's the thing I wanted to bring out because it didn't matter which way you answered the question to me.
Right on.
The thing is, you got it done.
For
and
sure.
I think a lot of times there are people like, I'm a free spirit. So if you look at, I think you've told me you've taken the Dave Ramsey financial piece. Was that you?
Yeah,
I know-
well, we haven't done the whole thing. We
Okay.
always started and never like
So you-
fully finished
You
it.
had to hear the two avatars then, the nerd and the free spirit.
I don't know. I don't
So
think
in
I
the beginning, he was basically saying that when it comes to money or just life in general, you have the free spirit.
Okay.
They're not going to stress. Everything's cool. We're going to find it. And the other person is the nerd. They need the
Yes,
Excel sheet.
yes.
And,
Yes.
so
Same. I'm a free spirit.
you're
Yes.
the free spirit,
Yes.
I'm the free spirit.
And Ray said,
Tina,
Yes.
you get it?
Yes.
So, and I guess that's why our marriage clicks and it
Got
works,
it,
right?
yes.
So I don't think it's a right or wrong whether you're a free spirit or a nerd,
Mm-hmm.
but I want you to find out for yourself. Are you a free spirit or are you a nerd?
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, people used to tell me that I needed to get up at 4 in the morning and start my day, but 4, 5, 6 in the morning, that's not my most creative times.
you got it.
Right?
Yes.
My
Oh
most creative
God.
time sometimes at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Now, when kids came, all that kind of shifted and changed. But what I will like to say when it comes to time, I think a lot of people, not just men or women, I think people in general try to wait for the perfect time to do everything.
Woohoo,
And if we're going to find
yes.
success, if we're
That's-
going to find true results,
Yes.
I want you to find out what's the best way, whether you're a nerd or not, but implement.
You know what's crazy? Bookmark that. That's like the 11th time I've heard
Really?
something like that. Which this is just God speaking because
Talk to us.
literally I've been hearing this same message about like just go start and don't wait for perfect conditions, right?
Right.
Me and my best friend just talked about it recently too. And then, or just do the thing
Yeah.
and learn along the way. You ain't got to have all the answers away. You know what I'm saying? And it's like over and over and over. And I'm trying to start this thing and I'm like, every time you start a little something new,
Yeah.
it's a little scary, right? And you get a little bit of imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't know if I'm good enough for this. I don't know if I'm cut out, blah, 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 blah. The enemy tries to get in your head, you know what I mean? And then all this sudden this message of what you just said, like,
real.
don't wait for perfect, just go,
That's
just
real.
go and see what happens. It's like,
Yeah.
man, just go do the thing.
That's it.
Just go do the thing and then
That's it.
figure it out. If you fail, well, you're not gonna fail
Right.
because you
Adjust.
you got it.
Adjust. I mean, you said the term earlier, right? One of your best traits was you could adapt.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
I promise, 13 years ago when I started the brand, right? Man, there was a lot of adapting that I
Yeah.
had to do. But I tell you this, and you, I don't think they can see me, and you, if I would have never started, I would have never created.
You got it. You got it.
That's it. And when it comes to time, man, it seems like, I'm not saying God do this if you're not doing it, but it seems like God has blessed me in some of the most pivoted, how can I, is pivoted a word?
Depends what you're talking about.
It seems like every time something like amazing or stressful or just a big change, paradigm shift in my life, that's when God gave me an opportunity.
Oh, for sure.
And it seemed like it happened time and time again.
Oh, yeah.
I told everybody,
Oh,
I
yeah.
tell people all the time when the first gym we opened, that's when the twins were like, hey, you're about to have kids. Oh,
that
really?
crazy?
Hold on, kids.
Isn't that?
I thought I was having one. No, you're having two.
Isn't that amazing?
Right?
That's just
Like,
so amazing.
so some of the most,
Shoot.
every blessing I had, not every, some of the biggest blessings that I've shared with the world, those were some of the most challenging things that was about to take place in my
100%.
life. And I think when people have those opportunities, when it comes to timing, they don't want to move forward.
Man, yeah. Like you could say, I have kids, excuse, right? Or like some people wait on kids because they're not perfect conditions, which I respect.
Yeah.
Anybody who does that, that's cool. Like for me, me and Ray hit the 5-year mark, right? And it was me. I was a little selfish. You know what I'm saying? I was a little selfish. So I was like, I just need me and him for right now. Once we hit the 5
Which
years,
is
I was
great.
like, we did it. Cool. Now it's time to go, right?
Yeah.
Versus him, he was just kind of like, I've been wanting to be a dad since
Yeah.
I was 11. Let's go,
Yeah.
right? And so what actually got me inspired to doing it is someone was like, you know, if you keep waiting, you're going to be an old mom. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. And then I just started getting all defensive and stuff, whatever. And Ray was like, well, you know, you just got to be okay with being 40 when your kid is 10 years old and you might be around younger moms. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I'm going to look better than them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
your way,
But
yeah.
it also made me be like, okay,
Yeah.
let me just start.
Yeah.
Like, what am I waiting on? Like, you know, mentally I had to like be prepared, but you're never really ready. And even if like, let's take kids because we're talking about it. Take it like our grandparents that have 13 kids,
Yeah.
right? Well, they didn't have all this money. They weren't rich, and they was popping out all these kids, right? So right now, in our day and age, it doesn't make sense to have a bigger family. Me, I'm like, bring it on.
Right.
Give me all the kids. And family members might say, you know, kids are expensive, right? What that got
We've all
to do with
heard
me?
that, yeah.
What that got to do with me? I don't care because God said, be fruitful, multiply, and I'm going to do that
Yeah.
because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's real.
All that to say, yeah, don't wait.
I love it, man. Where do you think your sense of confidence when it comes to when it's time and when it's not time, where did that come from? Is that something you learned from somebody else or?
You know what? I don't know. I do not know. I just I have this undeniable belief in myself all the time
Yeah.
that I'm like, if I'm going to do this, it's either plan A or plan A. I am not going to fail,
Love that.
period, right? And sometimes go big or go home, right? So kind of like you starting a gym, it was like, let's take me getting pregnant the beginning of this year. Okay, I get pregnant, cool. We're buying a house. We just get this new
thing.
house. Okay, cool. Ray almost dies. That's a whole nother story, right? But he's planning on changing careers. Okay, cool. Changes careers, right? And on the midst of that, you know, we're just kind of like, oh, and this kid's about to just change our entire life. So, that, it was now even
Man.
I'm like, I have this kid, and yeah, I still want to have more kids and all this stuff, and I also want to have another business this is not necessarily the perfect time to be doing these things. Like, well, this
Yeah.
is ridiculous
Yeah.
because it's like I took a back seat, but to add more to
Yeah.
my plate
Yeah.
with kids,
Yeah.
you know what? If you could get through that, you can get through anything. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It's,
Shoot.
and I can talk about time all the time. Yeah, see how I put that together? I can talk about time all the time. I should have been a rapper. But
Rapper.
I was talking to somebody about this race the other day, and it might be a good example, and it might not. So I'm throwing that out there
Hit me.
before I say it.
Okay.
But someone was questioning me about how do you create this, and how did you do this, or it's never the perfect time. And sometimes I kind of go into my faith. I was like, well, think of Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, he had to be in the garden, like, God, Father, is it really time to like take my life for resurrection? But it needed to be done.
Right, for sure.
And obviously, that's probably the most powerful
Man.
miracle of all time, right?
Yeah.
So to see that, and even for the most perfect person, he probably at one moment was like, right now?
I know.
So it's normal is what I'm getting to. It's normal to second guess like the time or the age or the place
Right.
or the surrounding things that are taking place.
Right.
But man, I believe true success takes place when you move forward.
Oh, for sure. And there's a reason why you had the thoughts that you had when you had them. God knew twins was coming.
Yeah.
You knew you had this vision for this gym, right?
Yeah.
Same. It's like even being on maternity leave, God is dropping these bombs on me. This, and
Yeah.
I'm hearing him clear because
Yeah.
it's just me, him, and a crying baby.
Yeah.
That's it. So I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
This is, because I don't know how to, whatever you say, God,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you say, you
Yeah.
know? And that's when you get those little thoughts, coincidences, whatever you want to call them, right? You got to run with them because you're being obedient, right? I'm getting to a whole, like, no, I'm getting into a faith
I am alpha.
conversation.
That's what we do.
But it's like, I mean, and you know what? That's where my confidence comes from. I'm not going to fail because I know who's on my side.
Yeah.
Now, I also think I've never written my story. Like since since college when I got saved as a freshman, I pretty much never had a 5-10 year plan. It wasn't until maybe this year where I was like, what does 5 years from now actually look like, right? Because I was like, God writes my steps. So if he tells me to go move to Florida, to go open this, whatever, I'm
You gotta
going, right? Because I'm not going to fail
Yeah.
if God is actually leading my life.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I live.
Yeah.
And some people could see that as very free-spirited, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it. Just kind of, I just fly by the whatever, but I know what I'm doing.
That's interesting. While you said that, I was wondering, can faith and time have a relationship? You know, like so faith, right, is substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen,
Yeah.
right? So you're looking in the mirror, wanting to see something different, but physically you can't see it, but it's the belief, it's the thought, it's the hope of
That's
it taking place. And of that, you would make the movement, speak the words, and do the things that
You
can take place,
got
right?
it. You got
But
it.
when you talk about time, it's all about every second of every day,
Yep.
of every week, of
Yep.
every month, of every year. So, dang, I told them we're gonna stop talking about time. So I'll leave them with this unless you pick up something.
Okay, for sure.
I do live off something that basically says our time is not God's time, right? So God may look at it as a 5-year plan. We
Yep.
may be looking at it as something that can never take place.
You got it.
But when it comes to time, from a Chris Green perspective, the thing that I picked up most is be patient. I love what you said about listening. Be patient, listen.
Yep.
Be coachable was a really big thing for me. I
Yep.
think I've never was the tallest, fastest, quickest, most educated, speaks the best. I never was that person,
Right.
but I've always been coachable no matter where I'm at or
Right
no
on.
matter what I've conquered.
Yeah.
So, what was it? Be patient, be kind, be coachable, and then the last one, it just popped in my head and left. Be consistent.
Yeah.
I believe if we can do that as a wife, a husband, a mother, a father, a brother, a sister,
Yeah.
a leader, those things, man, I believe if you just keep knocking on that door, something positive has to take place if you do
Yeah.
that.
Are those your values? Like, do
100%.
you you've written these down somewhere and you just
I have
kind of
not
this is what I live by?
No, I haven't. So I've gotten into journaling in the last decade.
Okay.
So I have an iPad, so every once in a while I'll be like, oh crap, I haven't wrote my journal in like a year, and I go back and read an old journal entry, which is, so my journal
Strip.
entries is, I know y'all like this dude is crazy. my journal entry starts with, hey father, or I would say
Same, crazy.
What's up, pops?
Crazy.
Or
Same.
it's your son again.
Same.
And I'm literally speaking to God, and I'm having conversations that may be uncomfortable for me to have with my dad or Tina or whoever. And when I look back, and I'll be like, dang, I was really stressing about having kids, or I really came to a place where maybe I didn't think I was good enough, or I was worth it. And then to see what take place now
It's crazy.
is eye-opening.
It's
so
crazy.
yeah, man. So
If you thought like you was in this situation and you're like, God, take care of it, or you felt like it's just not going past, and then you reread. I hardly reread because I'm like, it just trips me out. But you're writing your prayers down, and when you see them like actually come to life, you're like, years down the line, you're like, wow.
Thank you. That's all you can say.
You got it. That's why it's really right. Journaling is dope, man. Journaling is dope.
So I can get better. To answer your question, did I write those down?
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, they're there.
Yeah, they're there.
I need to do that too.
They're there. But I'm real big on affirmations.
Gotcha.
So like taking my boys to school, and I recommend everybody to do this. I think I reposted a video from 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And I still do it today. We get in the car, and now they're 5. So they're to a point where, Daddy.
Oh.
And I'm like, yes, yeah, Bubba. I call them Bubbles.
Yes.
Yeah, Bubbles. And they be like, I am powerful.
Oh my God.
And every once in a while I see Jay, I am Spider-Man, but I am powerful. I am confident. I am fearless. I am smart. I am strong. Thank you, Jesus.
That's it.
Protect me. So because of those affirmations, I see them believing in it. 100%. And the thing is, somebody could have either said it or somebody could have not said it. But I truly believe I never said it to them. What if somebody never did?
Man.
Maybe it's not their teacher's job to do that. It's not their principal's job to do it. It's great if they do.
Right.
But it's mama. And for me, the way our household is set up, I believe I'm in over identity. Excuse me, I'm gonna say it again. I believe I'm over identity as a father figure or as a man in my family. Like I give my wife identity, I give my 2 boys identity, I give my sisters, whoever I'm connected to, I believe that I'm there to help create identity because so many people struggle with it. So not to go off on that tantrum, but I do believe in affirmations.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We were just talking about the other day how school, it's not the teacher's job to teach them everything. They're there to teach them stuff, but at home, it's your job to teach them the stuff that really, really, really matters, like that.
That's real. My shout out to my boy Carl. I'm gonna try to get him on this podcast once. We were talking about an old coach, and I was like, man, he could have gave me more impressions. He could have gave me more connection. He was like, he could have.
Could have.
But he ain't your daddy.
He ain't your daddy, you know.
And I was like, oh, I sat there for like 2 minutes. I ate it, and I was like, you're right, though.
Dang.
You're right. So I think we will play a blame card as we kind of get out of time. We do play blame cards here and there. But to wrap up, time and, what was it? Time and, was it patient? It was something I was asking, could have been time and something, can it be in a relationship?
Oh, and faith.
Can time and faith be in a relationship? I just want to say yes.
Yes.
It can be.
Yes.
It definitely can. But we'll go to another one.
Okay.
All right. Another thing I have for you is, who do you tell your dreams to? As a mother, as a wife?
Great question.
Is that something you do and speak to everybody? Do you get on social media and say, hey guys, this is what I want to be? The amount of people you get to come across, I mean, you know so many amazing people.
Yeah.
Or is it just you keep it in out of curiosity?
I keep it in until I'm ready and I know what's about to transpire. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Ray, I don't even tell Ray. That's bad. But until I know, because I'm not saying it, because I don't want to say it and not do it. I have to be 100% sure, because I am, fortunately and unfortunately, an all-in kind of person. If we doing it, we are doing it. So if I speak it, if I say it, it's happening, right? So I got to be sure. So I'm internalizing all of it, all of it, all of it. I am praying, and I don't need to talk to this person to let me know this is something that's good. Once I already have made the decision, I might be like, Ray, I'm thinking about this. I've already decided, but it's like, and then he'll give me like details, yes. And I'm like, bet. I talked to my best friend, yes, cool, right? And then from there, I'm just, then I can go ahead and share it, but otherwise.
I love it.
It's here.
I love it.
It's here.
So as we identifying, right, the smart, the powerful, the intelligent, the fearless, the boss.
Nice.
I want everybody to be able to see your journey and how when we talk about visions and dreams, things you want to really manifest in, I'm not gonna say it's a right or wrong answer, but the thing that I want to say that's similar between you and I don't share all my dreams with everybody.
Can't.
For several different reasons,
Can't.
right? And to be very transparent, I think one of the reasons is because it's my podcast. I can say it.
You can say whatever you
Everybody
want.
that tell me good morning don't mean good morning.
I was about to say, not everybody wants to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Low key, whether they're like, you know, it does. I mean, it is what it is.
It is, and it's one of those things, and it's nothing.
I mean,
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that.
You can say it. I mean, it's your podcast, so say what you want. We're not finna offend, unless it's you. Well, then that's you. But then you're gonna offend said person.
You know what? I will say, I think too, with that being said, sometimes it's not that they want harm or pain to take place in your life. It's just sometimes they can't see it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So for me, I'm not gonna share something that I truly desire. And because they can't see it take place in my life, I don't want their thoughts, their words to be the thing that detour me from making a decision whether I can or
yeah,
cannot.
for
So
sure, for
I'd
sure.
rather do can.
Yep.
And then I start sharing with people that I'm pretty confident they're going to say can.
Yep.
So ultimately give me the opportunity to achieve it. So I think the second thing too is, I want to say T.D. Jakes. It's minister in Dallas. My dad read his book, and I think the book was called Can You Stand to Be Blessed? I think that was the name of the book. A really good read, my father always said. I haven't read it, but my father says it's a good read.
Okay.
But one of the things that in my faith that everybody has to go through is not necessarily sickness or pain, but it is persecution. So when it comes to success, that comes with it. So for me, some things I don't want to share because
that's true.
I know that I'm going to receive some persecution.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
So until it comes to a place where it's undeniable, like, okay, he has a gym.
That's good. That's good.
But 2 years prior to the gym, I wasn't knocking on everybody's door, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, or I'm thinking about doing this. But by the time, whether they was a hater or not,
you got it.
It was done deal.
Yeah, I mean, because not to get into the fitness stuff again.
We're there.
But when you're in this realm, not a lot of people get it, especially if you got an old school thinking, cool, you go to college, you get this degree, you get said 9-to-5 job. And if you're not into that mold, well then you're not successful. Yep. Or what are you doing?
Full job?
What are you doing? Yeah. Is this all you do?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I won't get into that. But it's like, but honestly, you have to like really know, like, this is literally what I want to do, and you're sure that because you are going to get backlash from people having you doubt yourself, family members, you know, people, whatever, especially if you have a spouse that doesn't share the vision. Oh, that's tough. Luckily we have spouses that totally do, but still it is hard out here. If you want to be an entrepreneur, and people will think you are crazy for doing this in whatever climate, it costs this money,
Yeah.
Scratch all that. Well, just do it.
Yeah.
People now get famous on YouTube.
Real talk.
On YouTube.
Real talk.
You can't tell me you can't do anything. Like you can do
It's there.
anything you want at this point, okay? And be successful.
It's there. My sister, my older sister, she told me not to call her older, my wiser sister, Shanna, she told me this once. When we first got our first gym off Chimney Rock, I showed her the gym. And at this time, I think we had, I don't know, over 25 locations at boot camp we had in Pensacola. So we were doing okay.
Right.
And she's walking into this old warehouse. She's like, and she does real estate. She's like, why? And I'm a little brother, right? So she wants to protect me. She wants to make sure that the decision, the jump that I make is a protected jump.
100%, yeah.
Why would you want to do this?
Yep.
Why would you want overhead?
Yep.
And then she said something that stuck to me because I know she knows that her opinion means a lot to me.
Yeah.
When we're walking out, and I was like, she could see my excitement going from here to.
Oh, man.
And she was like, but Chris, you dreamed it.
That's good.
Not me.
Okay, sis.
So now when I walked away then, I took the approach, and this is what I try to pour out to everybody, if God gave you the dream, he gave you the dream, sis.
Yeah.
He gave you the dream, bro, not everybody else.
Yes.
And it's okay if they don't see it.
Yes.
They may see it sooner or later,
Yes.
but it's okay if they don't see it then. So
Yeah,
I do want to give
for
my
sure.
sister major love, major props, because
That's dope.
again, that scene off of Will Smith, he likes making everybody
Happiness?
cry. Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, that was.
Oh man,
ooh,
that
was a
scene when they were
tearjerker.
playing the basketball, and for those that never seen his son's playing basketball, I'm going pro, Dad. I'm
Man,
going. He was
man.
like, you're probably not. He started, because he's a very smart guy. He started giving, well, I'm this tall and I'm this athletic, and his son drops the ball, and he saw it.
Just cry, yeah.
Right, he's just like, don't let anybody, even myself, don't let anybody
Yes.
detour you from your dreams.
Got it.
So again, I asked Rachel the question because I wanted you guys to see that, to find the success and the continued success that she will see, there are some common denominators, man.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's okay to have a dream, and I want to continue to dream,
Yes.
but it's also okay not to tell
Right.
everybody your
you
dream.
don't want to tell everybody your dream, but also even with that, depending on how big your dreams are or how small your dreams are, right? I feel like they should always evolve, because even me, I was in a stagnant place,
Yeah.
and I'm like, God didn't call me to be comfortable,
Yeah.
so I should probably. Which
Yeah.
one? Which one we do, God? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's kind of like sometimes you got to ask yourself that, like, get away from the busyness. Just, because everybody's gonna vie for your attention all the time. Pull this way. You're so many different hats, and then you don't even understand what you're really supposed to be doing because you're just busy. And then if you ever just clear it out,
Man.
you're like, oh,
Man, 3 things, Rachel, that taught me, it's crazy. 3 things taught me how to really find success at my dreams. Number 1, stop saying yes to everybody.
man,
I would say yes to so many different people, it didn't give me time to dream.
whew,
You feel me?
yep,
Number 2, and this one's tough because you want to love everybody.
yep,
You want to see everybody succeed and have the best, but number 2, you can't want it for everybody else, and they don't want it for themselves.
Oh, that's a tough
I pour
one.
out so
Yes,
much
it is.
oil to people, not just fitness, just in general, and if I give everything out, I can't put nothing in.
know, man.
So
I know,
again,
it's
saying
tough.
yes and wanting it for everybody and overdoing it for them, like that was such a draining thing.
Yes,
And number
it is.
3, one of the biggest things I think that stop us from dreaming is you stop dreaming.
Yeah,
Like, we can be our own dream crusher.
yeah,
And I think that comes to, it becomes really real to know that you stop dreaming when you say, I don't want to do this no more.
yeah.
And
yeah,
I want to make clarity to
man.
that because it came out really slow and really dry. What I meant by that was,
Yeah,
fitness started for me as a personal trainer. It never started as the boot camp gym owner, competition owner.
right.
That was 13 years down the line.
Right.
It started from being
Wow.
a trainer, right?
Yep.
So I just couldn't imagine me at that point saying, I don't want to dream no more.
Yeah,
right?
man.
So as an individual for Chris, every time I get to a place where I feel like I'm stuck, I literally have to disconnect and be like, go dream. And my dreaming
Yeah.
is gonna be really weird to you, and to you, and to you. But my dreaming is when I disconnect for one day, I will go to a car dealership. And I like, yeah, weird. I'm really weird, right? Take me to the Ferrari dealership. Oh, sir, what are you here for? I want to drive that red Ferrari. I get in there. I want to touch the Ferrari. I want to smell it. I want to see how people look at me. I want to see what she think when I pull up to her at the light. Cool. I want Vic and Anthony. I want the steak. Yeah, I'm here by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I go do some of the most extreme things to change my paradigm shift. Because I want
Yeah.
to dream.
Wow,
But
that's
the thing is, if I stay in the
dope.
same
Wow.
place, if I work out at square number 1 every time, I'm never going to see the other side of the gym.
Dang.
If I only go to the same restaurant, I'm never going to get another taste bud. So, number 3.
Dang, that's good.
I know it came out really dry. But when I tell myself I don't want this no more, that's when I'm becoming a dream crusher.
Yeah.
So hopefully that brings something to somebody.
Right. Hopefully we're speaking to someone who's like, just do the thing because you're
Right.
dreaming
Yeah.
about it. So you might as well just
Yeah.
go,
That's
you
right.
know.
Especially
Oh.
with 22, 2022, I want
Yep.
this to be a year of
Ooh.
growth, man.
Oh, it's going to be, It's gonna be good.
It needs to be.
It's gonna be good.
It needs to be.
But with growth does come, like, you know how it speaks in the Bible, you know, pruning and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, growth is hard,
Yeah.
right?
Uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable, right? So it's
Very.
not gonna be all great and butterflies and rainbows, but it's going to be greatness that comes from it. But it's gonna be like, whew,
Yeah.
that was tough.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, next thing.
Yeah.
Woof,
Yeah,
woof,
that's
woof,
real.
that was tough. That, you know,
That's real.
man,
Real
I'm
as
ready.
that.
I'm ready for it, though. I'm ready for it.
Well,
That's
let's drive it into here, and then I get out your hair. And thank you. You have
Yeah.
been incredible for being transparent
yeah,
and everything.
for sure.
Self-care. You
Yes.
said this a little while ago, and it popped in my head when you said you took, some time off when little man was coming in. What was one thing now you look back and say, man, that was a good move for Rachel. That was a self-care action.
Like recently?
Yeah. It can have been post, it can have been pre, like,
Because it's so big right now, and I just did it, and it was because it was a very hard decision for me. I was an area director for Camp Gladiator. I stepped down. It was hard, but it was a move for me.
Yeah.
I needed it. I needed it because I felt like I couldn't give the team 100% anymore, and I don't like being that person. I feel like I couldn't invest a lot, and it's like I could have went through the motions as long as I wanted to, right? But it was like my passion just started
Yeah, man.
pivoting, and I had to understand this is for me, because something that I've read, we're doing this 40-day prayer thing, with the purpose-driven life, and
good book.
and it was like, if you are constantly this people pleaser, one, it's going to be hard to hear God, but you're not going to get very much success, right? I am a people pleaser, or at least I'm going to say I'm a recovering people pleaser,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to stop.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? And that was whether this person says this person, even getting rid of a couple of camps, these people are going to say this, they're going to be mad, but I'm doing this for me. And that has been whew,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's the right move. It was the right move.
What, was that something you were confident when that thought came? Were you confident in I'm going, or did you second guess it? What was that like?
I was pregnant. I was whole pregnant. Funny story. I was doing another 40-day prayer journal. Okay, it's crazy. It goes full circle. It's crazy. This is God. 2018. The team does this 40-day prayer challenge, right? By Mark whatever, right? These are all different ones, right? Okay. I'm circling in prayer that I want to be an area director. Same year, I get promoted to area director. Cool. Fast forward.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant. I'm circling in prayer. Same kind of book, but just I get a new journal, right? Fresh journal. I'm circling. Should I be an area director anymore? Because this thought just came in my mind, and I'm like, why am I thinking this? And I'm having to talk to my best friend this is weird, because I never thought I would have this thought ever. This is far left, right? I thought I would be in this role for 70 plus years.
Yeah.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah.
And it just pops it, and I'm like, are you sure?
Wow.
For days, I'm like, I don't know. Once little man was born, it's a wrap.
That was it.
It's a wrap. So then I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I mean, that's it.
How does it feel? How does it feel since you've done that?
It feels it feels a little bit freeing, because I couldn't do it without a plan. I was like, what am I going to do instead? If I do this, it's never been about finances for me. A free spirit. I'm just the money's going to get made.
Yeah.
Whatever. So dumb, but it's just how it is. Whatever, right? Don't really care about money that much, but when you have kids and stuff, you do start to think, okay, well, I do have to make this money. So I'm like, okay, if I do this, how much money am I going to have to make here? So I'm starting to think about, how am I going to supplement this? Am I going to bring out my nutrition degree that I don't use and do this? Am I going to go back to personal training? Am I going to have my own clothing line? Maybe all of those things.
Yeah.
We'll see,
Yeah.
because, one day, right? But it made my brain start to think now. And I had to fast. And it was a weird fast. It was a weird fast, but it was between me and God, right? And I guess I could share it because I'm done. But I fasted from social media from sunrise to sunset. So if it's daylight, Rachel is not on social media, which doesn't make any sense because as a personal trainer or a group trainer or like any fitness, you don't want to be off of social media because that's kind of how you grow, right? But I was like, no, I need him to tell me exactly what I need to do. Well, guess what happened? 2 weeks in, sign after sign after sign after sign, and I said, God, I hear you. Let's go. You know, so it's been, whew, it's been good. It's been good, man.
I love hearing it.
Yep.
You know, because it's like, so as a friend of Rachel, right? I can only see from a distance, but I do see. It's cool to see you rant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool because the thing is like everybody should know this. We post what we want to post.
Right. For sure.
Right.
For
Like,
sure.
if I post something, it's because I wanted you to see it. It's no
got it.
reality TV surprise in any of my IG or Facebook posts. But I can see when you, like, when I say rant, she's like talking about like furniture or whatever, right? And I see the sense of like her not being sign up. Because in this industry, it's really easy to just be like, sign up. Who's this? What's the next step? What's the next pivot move? Like, and to see you be able to like life. I think that's so cool to see, man. I just wanted you to know that. And also with us talking about this, I think it only makes sense for me to bring something up that's transparent. So I mentioned Rachel came to a meeting we had about a month or two ago. And you really helped me in several different ways.
I'm so glad.
One of the ways you helped me, you were going around the room asking people, why do they want to be a part of the team or why they're interested in fitness, or whatever the question was. And I could hear the responses.
Hear it.
Right? And I was just like, okay.
Yep.
And some of the responses I definitely needed to hear.
You got it.
And then I had a response.
Yep.
And I remember driving in the car and I talked so much. Like, you see how I started this sentence or segment a minute ago and I'm still talking?
Yeah.
That's the same way I do myself in the car. So
Gotcha.
I'm driving.
Got it. Okay.
And I think I gave you an answer. I think I gave my answer in there. I was like, you know, I'm into this, blah, 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 blah. But I went more in depth and it was really short. The reason why I got into fitness and wanted to be an entrepreneur was because of freedom. So when I drove home, I was like, dude, she gave me so much confirmation by asking questions for me to ask myself the question to get back to where I need to be, which is what? Freedom.
Dang.
I've been going back and forth on digital, online training, group training, subscription, free on you. Well, like, I don't know which direction to go. And then it put me in a position of, I want freedom.
So good.
I want to be able to be home with my boys. I want them to walk their little butts in the middle of the camera while I'm trying to be serious. And then I'm like, hey, y'all know what's going on. Like, it's the daily sweat workout. And because of that, it put me in a position to operate and to move forward because I know I wanted freedom.
So good.
So I'm trying to bring all this together when we talk about finding peace, finding joy, finding your passion. I think it's really important that, of course, there are things we want to achieve in life, but what's the like common denominator? What's the root that you really want? And for me, it's freedom. For you, it's totally different. It can be whatever. But I did want to tell you, as we were talking about this segment, it was really grateful. I'm really grateful you were able to come because that really helped me for confirmation. So thank you.
I will say this. I asked Chris to meet with me when I was thinking all these, like, why am I thinking these crazy thoughts, right? And you helped me figure out what my vision was because I was at Summer Moon. Shout out to Summer Moon because it's the best coffee alive, right? And my mother-in-law and father-in-law, I had little man, and I was just able to sit there for 7 hours to just write it all down. What is the next steps gonna look like? And I had to, like, what is my vision? And what I came to was kind of like, I want to train people in my sleep. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's probably going to take some time, right? Right, it's going to take some time. But it's like with you wanting this freedom, wanting, like, I don't always want to be here. Like, I want to be with them. I want to do this, this, and this. It's like that helped me be like, what do I really want to do? Because you believed in me, like, you know, you could be doing so much more.
Right, y'all? Y'all agree?
You know, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
You're right.
100%.
You're right. Don't know what it's gonna look like, but well, we gonna see what it
We
do.
adapt.
We gonna see. Yeah, we adapt.
We'll
Yes.
adapt. We'll
Yes.
adapt. You know what, Rach? I think to kind of bring up, and I'm not trying to plug the Daily Sweat or what I'm doing personally, but freedom for me is not just necessarily being with my family. It's also freedom to impact as many people as possible.
Yes, because that's still the goal.
It's 100%.
That's always the goal,
Yeah.
right? Because same, always. It's always in the but on your terms.
Yeah.
Not because someone's telling you, because you want to do that, and it's just, you know.
100%.
Yes, for sure.
So for social media, right? Because it's such a powerful tool if you use it the right way.
Yes.
For my engagement that I receive, sometimes everybody that follow me, inbox me, is not from Houston, or better yet, not even in the zip code where I'm at in a city that has millions of people.
Yes.
So like, you look at the gym right now, we have 20 spots.
Yes.
What if more than 20 people want to train at that time?
You got it.
Right. So for me, I was really selfish early on. I'm not gonna say selfish. I was really driven based upon what I thought was best. I would work 12, 14-hour days. I'm doing 7, 8 classes plus personal training, small group. Like, I was like, I'm gonna impact everybody. But I was so busy that I couldn't impact everybody. So from an entrepreneur standpoint, I was not developing other trainers or creating other systems to help other trainers to grow within.
Wow.
Once I do that, then I'm in a place now I can do it digitally. Now I'm not,
That's good.
in a perimeter of just Houston or just a zip code in Houston. Now I can go beyond. So I think freedom for me is not just being with my kids.
Right,
it's
for sure.
freedom to be able to impact.
Yes, that's
And,
good. That's good. Yeah, for sure.
Me saying that out loud, what does that look like for you moving forward in 22?
As far as
Impacting lives, what can you do, or what is Rachel working on something potentially that you can impact?
Man, so, I don't know how long, this vision is going to take, or whatever, but yeah, what I'm working on is my own, raw fit. Where does raw come from? Those are my initials. Those are Ray's initials. Those are all of our kids' initials. Yes, it's RAW. So it's a legacy that I'm now building. And if our kids want to run with it, cool. But it's like this thing that I just want to start because I feel like I just have more to offer. I just have more to offer, and I just want to see what happens. And so maybe you be my accountability because how it starts is not how it's supposed to end, right? 100%. Because yes, I'm gonna be personal training, semi-private. Do I want to stay there? No, not the whole time. I'm a trainer for life, so I guess I'm gonna always be training, okay? Yeah. But I still don't want to be held back from what I'm actually supposed to be doing and developing whatever God is leading me to be able to train people in my sleep. There's a lot of stuff that we know that people need, and I want to reach them however I can, I can, because everybody that you meet, they know hundreds of people, and then and so you just wanted to.
That's it.
That's the goal, man.
I love it, and I can't wait to see it raw, right?
Yep,
I can't
raw
wait
fit,
to see
man.
it. And you know what? To put a little foundation, because a lot of people may be watching this, maybe seeing this, and they not in the fitness fitness world as a leader or an influencer. They just maybe work out, hopefully. They maybe just work out. But they're a part of another type of career. Right. So in the fitness industry, to give it a little foundation, is really kind of cut by the roots when you talk about growth. When you're working for a firm, it's like, I want to be a part of the firm. I want to be a assistant GM. I want to be the GM. I want to be a partner. I want to be part. With fitness, it's like, okay, Chris, you do boot camp at Herman Park, and I need you to be there for the next 60 years of your life. Right. So
you got it.
I think now, especially for Mean Green and what I want to do personally, we're creating layers of growth. So cool, you want to be a boot camp trainer. Cool, you want to run a gym and be the head trainer. Cool, you want to own a gym. Cool, and there's all these different steps. But I think right now, because when it's such a service-based business, of course people want to hang on and hold on to you.
For sure,
which is great. But at the same time, part of our dream is for growth too. So if you have a trainer or you're connected with someone that's a boot camp instructor or a gym owner, know that they potentially 10, 20, 30 years as you want to grow in your career, they want to grow in theirs as
Right.
well.
For
So
sure, for
be a
sure.
friend to them,
Yeah.
empower them as
Yeah.
they empower you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I always look at that, man. It's so cool to see other businesses that I get to connect with, and they get to tell me their growth, and then they're like, well, I never thought about your growth. What's your growth? And it really kind of sometimes like, wow, like you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but
man.
I think, you ever see that Instagram post where it's like 4 pictures, and one picture is like what they think I do,
Yes,
what-
absolutely.
what I really do.
Yes.
So I think training definitely has a perspective in 4 different lenses.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
But,
for sure.
Yeah, man. But man, I've held you so long.
I ain't tripping.
You're
This
good.
is fun. This
Well,
is fun.
With the I Am Alpha, I always leave the last segment to you. Is there
Okay.
anything that you may want to ask me, or something you want to cover, or anything, product, anything you want to kind of chat about or ask me about? I'd love to give you the floor. And if you don't, then we don't. What you
I
thinking?
always have questions. I'm a questions kind of
Oh, for
person,
sure.
so it's always weird to be interviewed. But question for you: what are you looking forward to in 2022? What's coming?
What's coming?
What's coming? Or anything? Maybe
Something
not.
Gotta come, right?
Okay.
Every year, right?
Okay.
I will give you 3 answers because I want to give you one.
Like personal, professional.
That's it.
Like all. Okay. Yes.
That's it.
Hit it all.
Brand wise with Mean Green, really looking for, as we continue to patent our structure, open up another facility. It may not be in 22,
But we're gonna get started.
but the opportunity for it to take place will start in 22.
Beautiful.
So I'm looking forward to that. Also, the increase of coaches now to be able to go up to another position and bring new trainers in to fulfill those that
Yeah.
are uplifting.
Yeah.
And I have a slogan every year for the team. Our slogan in 2021 was growth. Because in 2020 we went through COVID and that was really tough. So we need to get back to where we was at.
Okay.
22, man, I've been working on our little slogan, and I think it's empower. Just empower.
Wow.
If we can empower everybody that we come across, it'll put us in a really good position.
Oh, yeah.
So brand wise, that's what we're
Oh,
looking
yeah.
for in 22. In 22, personally, I want to be freaking fearless.
Okay.
I just want to be, if I see it, go do it. If I see it, go conquer it.
Okay.
I don't care if I got to swim, walk, jump, I'm going.
Nice.
So, and that's within my marriage.
Yeah.
That's as a dad, that's as a brother, a son, ministry director, whatever it may be.
I like it.
Go, be fearless. My third one, spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of creating really creative, directive, like momentum, like content, everything for brands to help others.
Yeah.
And I want to do a better job in ministry of using the same thing that God gave me to do,
Good.
but to do it for the kingdom.
Yes,
right. So I
good.
just want to spiritually put that out there so it keeps me consistent. But
Yeah,
I want to
man.
be more creative and do more productive productions in ministry for my spirit.
That's good.
So those are my 3 things.
That's good.
So,
Witnesses.
yeah,
I'm okay.
It's
yes.
been said.
It's been said.
It's been said.
Boom. Love it.
It's been
Love
said.
it.
Great question.
That's all I got. Cause we making moves, baby.
That's it. That's it.
Go.
Well, since that's it, IG wise, and I'm gonna put all this down below.
yeah.
What's the best way to contact you? Because you
Yeah.
are, I said this in our meeting in front of me, and I was like, she's the leading freaking boot camp instructor in the city. I love what she does. Whether they want to train with you or see some of the new projects, maybe it's semi-training or maybe the digital
Yeah.
you were talking about. What's the best way to
Yeah.
contact you or get in touch?
So, main spot Instagram at Rachel Word, at Rachel.word.
Okay.
I mean, I'm on Facebook, but
Yeah.
everything's going to be linked on my Instagram. Website's coming out soon. You'll be able to, if you want to come train with me, book, whatever. If you want to group train, you come see me at 5 a.m.
That's it.
Academy, and then we're just going to go from there.
That's
okay,
it. That's
so
it. That's
yeah.
it. Well, that being said, thank you. You see now, like you know now, it's not just an Instagram post with content. You see why she's smart, unstoppable, fearless, bold, encouraged, mother, wife,
Yeah.
thebomb.com, but she is a woman as well. So thank you for sharing your story, for guys to be able to connect and communicate. Hopefully we can go home and do something that we need to do, and hopefully you empowered a woman to do what they need to do. But I'm
Yes.
proud of you. I'm sure everybody you come across is proud of you. And with that
so.
being said, guys, we will see you next time. Y'all take care.